All right, guys, new intro here for the Bear Pack. We hit our goal of 8,000 subs. Thank you guys very much. We're going to be giving away a jersey on our live show here soon. But, guys, we're looking at 9K subs now. We're getting to Thanksgiving time. We're getting to Christmas time. We would love to hit 10Ks by December 22nd, 23rd, somewhere around there, so we can give someone $1,000 for the Christmas gifts. That'd be a huge lift off someone's shoulders. So please get us a 10K. We love what we're doing. Thank you guys for the support. 12K subs after the 10K. We're going to send someone to a game. Probably not the Super Bowl. Don't get any ideas, guys. But we're gonna do our best to send you guys to two people to a couple games of your choice. That's probably not the Super Bowl. But guys, thank you again for all the support. Let's get into the video. All right, guys, let's get into some NCAA football picks and props for Thursday, November 9th slate of games. Take a look at that leaderboard, Trey. You start off.
Yeah, at the moment I am 0 for 0. That is because I gave out Miami of Ohio minus 17.5 against Akron. The game is currently not over, but I have a lot of confidence in Akron to shit away the game, just like they do every single game.
Seth?
Yeah, guys, and I have Bowling Green minus 8.5. They were winning last I saw. I'm just going to go confirm the score. They are still winning 20-6 in the second quarter, so it's looking good. Kent State's bad. They blew a 17-point lead in last game's fourth quarter. They're just not going to be able to rebound from that.
Yeah, and I've got Toledo minus 18.5. They've had two possessions. Both have been touchdowns, 14-0 so far, and EMU is punting away right now. So that game's looking like a blowout in the first quarter. Hopefully they can hold on to the 18.5. But let's get into the plays for tomorrow. We're going to be breaking down one game because there's only two games on the slate. It's going to be Virginia. I know Trey loves Virginia. Going on the road to take on Louisville. Louisville at home is minus 20.5. The over-under is 50.5. Trey, the Virginia Whisperer, start us off.
Yeah, this game's going to be a pretty interesting one to watch. I do expect Louisville to absolutely beat down Virginia in this game, but 3 touchdowns is quite a lot here. And both teams, they have been covering Warriors here of late. Virginia, they come in this game with a 2-7 record, but they are 6-3 ATS this season. I faded them their first 2 games of the season. They got their ass beat, and I haven't touched them since. And good thing I have not, because they've been covering games ever since that rough start. Still been losing, but just not losing by 40 points like they were before. And also their games, they are 6-2-1 to the over. So that is something to note. And Louisville, they come this game with an 8-1 record, and they are 5-3-1 ATS. Their lone loss was against a terrible Pitt Panthers team, and I know that they regret that, because if they did not lose that game, I guarantee they'd be in the top 10 of the college football playoff and be looking forward to maybe even making that top 4 if they won the ACC. But I'm going to be staying away from a game pick here because, like I said, 3 touchdowns a lot. I do expect Virginia to get their ass beat, but I'm going to stay away from a game pick. I'm going to go with a total here, and I'm going to attack the over 50.5 total points here. Virginia, they are going to be the key to getting the over here. We just need them to score 20-plus points in this game to smash the over, and I do think that's doable because they are coming this game averaging 23 points per game, and I do expect Louisville to still come this game and do their thing because they're averaging 33 points per game, and Virginia's defense is just terrible. They give up the 17th most points per game in the entire college football, with an average of 32.4 points per game. So I expect this to be a pretty high-scoring game. And if you do want a game pick here, I would lean with Louisville, but my pick's going to be the over 50.5 total points.
I love it, Trey. Seth?
Yeah, and I'm with Trey here. I'm going to stay away from the lines in this game, but I'm just going to go with Louisville's team total over 34.5. This Virginia defense hasn't been solid, and they were awful last week. They allowed 45 points to Georgia Tech. If Georgia Tech can score this many points, it's hard telling how many Louisville could hang on this Virginia defense. This Louisville offense has already showed how potent they are this season, averaging 32.9 points per game so far this season. Are going to get to add to that in this one. I expect this offense to have a field day here at home and should absolutely run up and down the field against Virginia. I'm also... You know what? I'm going to add it. I'm going to add the spread here. I just don't think Virginia can keep up with the scoring output of Louisville in this game. So I'm going to add the spread here. Louisville's at home. Virginia's defense is awful. Louisville's going to hang arguably 50 or 60 on them. I just don't see Virginia being able to cover if Louisville is that potent in this game.
Yeah, I'm actually going to stay away from the over, something I would never do usually. I'm going to take just Louisville here in a big way, minus 20.5. These teams have kind of been the opposite of each other because Virginia was one of the worst teams in college football, and then they rattled off a win against William Mary, and then they got another win against North Carolina on the road. North Carolina, at the time, had not lost a game, and they were ranked in the top 25, so that was a huge upset for Virginia. Then in the next game, they almost knocked off Miami at Miami, but they fell short by 3, losing that game. And then their last game, they got blown out by Georgia Tech, a team they were supposed to beat. So it's fair to say that Virginia, that fire is gone. The Cardinals have been a wagon this season, and they did have that hiccup 3 games ago, like Trey said, against Pittsburgh. They lost that game by 17 points on the road as favorites. But this season, the Cardinals have been one of the most consistent teams in all of college football, and that's mainly due to their defense. This is a solid defensive team, only allowing 3 total points in the last 2 weeks going up against Virginia Tech and Duke. The offense is going to be able to do whatever they want in this game against Virginia. And the defense, they should shut down Virginia. So I'm going to stay away from the over because I don't know if Virginia's going to score. Just give me the Cardinals minus 20.5 as my play, guys. Let's go over to the player props. Trey, start us off.
At the moment, I am 0 for 0, but I did give out Penny Boone over 115.5 rush yards versus Eastern Michigan. Guys, I don't know how this one's going to turn out. He already got into the end zone, but the first quarter is almost over. Toledo's already up 14-0, and he only has 10 rushing yards. I expect Toledo to pour on the points here pretty quickly. I'm just hoping that Penny Boone's going to be the reason why.
Yeah, and I will say that I was watching the game, and I did not see him on the field starting. So I don't know if they did that on purpose or they're giving him rest, but that's very weird because Penny Boone usually gets 20, 25 carries. So something to look at there. But Seth, what was your play?
Yeah, I had Bowling Green quarterback Connor Bazelak to go under 180.5. He's had a huge first half, so it's making me very nervous. Hopefully they're going to be up big enough that they just start pounding the ball on the ground and he stays away from that 180. I kind of need a Trey cover from yesterday is what I need.
Yeah, and then my player prop is Samson Evans, over 42.5 rushing yards going up against Toledo. EMU usually runs a split backfield, but Jackson has 5 carries. Evans only has 1 carry, and it was the second carry of the game. So hopefully he does get in the game a little bit more so we can get that 42.5. Hopefully we can still sweep. But let's take a look at the plays for tomorrow. Trey, how do you start us off?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Jawhar Jordan over 105.5 rush yards versus Virginia. It has not dropped on PrizePicks yet, but I did find it on DraftKings and FanDuel, so I do expect it to drop on PrizePicks eventually. And I really love this over for Jordan in this game. I just talked about this game pick, and I do expect this game to be high scoring. And I do expect Jordan to get a ton of the work here. And that's for a couple of reasons. The first one is this kid is an absolute stud. And the second reason is this Virginia rush defense is absolutely pitiful. And Jordan, he's averaging 110 rushing yards per game, which is over this number. And I expect him to be able to at least reach his average here in this game because Virginia's rush defense, they are extremely leaky. They give up the 21st most rushing yards in the entire college football with an average of 104.5 rush yards per game. And with Jordan being the engine that makes this rush offense go, I expect him to at least be able to get to 106. But I'm looking for him to finish around 120, 125 here. So give me Jawhar Jordan to go over 105.5 rush yards versus Virginia.
I like it, Trey. I like it a lot, Seth.
Yeah, and I'm going to take a sneaky one in terms of I don't have a lot of numbers to go off of this season on this pick. And I'm going to take Chandler Fields over 203.5 pass yards. I found this number on FanDuel. Yes, he has not started a game this season, so I don't have a lot to go on. But Fields did start all last season and did play well last season. But he ended up having to sit out this spring with an injury, so he did lose his starting job to dual threat quarterback Zion Chris. Well, the Raging Cajuns now have to turn back to Fields as dynamic quarterback Zion Chris broke his fibula in the fourth quarter of their last game. I'm going to trust Fields here in this one due to the fact that he's familiar with this system and really balled out at times last season. On top of that, he's getting a cupcake matchup this game against the 114th ranked pass defense in college football. And when I was looking into this Louisiana offense, they throw the ball on average of 26.4 times per game. So for Fields to hit this, he'd only need to average 7.7 yards per attempt. On top of that, I expect the throwing attempts to go up in this game as Fields is more of a pro-style pocket passer, whereas Zion Chris ran the ball more often. He is going to be making his first start this season, but, guys, he has familiarity with this offense. He started for them all last season. I don't think there's going to be any lag in this with him starting, so I do expect him to have a big game here against a very bad secondary.
Yeah, I do like that one as well, Seth. But for my player prop today, it's not going to be a popular pick. I'm going to take Jack Plummer to go under 208.5 passing yards against Virginia. I just said Louisville is going to dominate Virginia in this game, but I think they're going to do it on the ground and not through the air. I know that Louisville can throw the ball against Virginia. I just don't think they will. Louisville, over the last 2 games, they've won by a combined score 57-3. In those 2 games, Jack Plummer threw the ball a combined 28 times. He completed 22 of his passes. And in those 2 games, Jack Plummer went under 150 passing yards in both the games, and he's gone under 150 passing yards in 3 of the last 4 games. He can easily get this number of 208.5. I just don't think Louisville's going to throw the ball a lot. Louisville can pass the ball effectively. They just don't need to win the game. The running game is going to be dominant. That's how they win this game. So I'm going to take the under 208.5 as my play. Guys, let's take a look at the graphics. Seth, start us off.
Yeah, and I'm going to take Louisville's over 34.5 team total. Their offense is great. I like Louisville here to be able to score quite a few points. And then I am going to take Chandler Fields over 203.5 pass yards in his first start of the season. Started for this team last year, so he should be fine here.
Trey?
Yeah, and I took the over 50.5 total points in the same game, Virginia versus Louisville. I expect Virginia to at least reach 15-20, and then Louisville should carry us the rest of the way. It also took Jawhar Jordan over 105.5 rush yards versus Virginia. He's going to put Louisville on his back and carry them to the over and carry them to a big win as well.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to play that play tomorrow. I've got Louisville minus 20.5 going up against Virginia. And they got Jack Plummer under his 208.5 passing yards. I think they keep it on the ground all game long. But guys, that's going to do it for NCAA football props for Thursday, November 9th, slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please sure drop a like in this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching. Multiple questions this morning about how to become a member for the YouTube channel. Let's do that really quick tutorial. You're going to go to youtube.com. You're going to go to Bears Profit Plays. You're going to search it in. You're going to hit our thing. There's a join button right just to the right of subscribe. You're going to click that. There's two options. You have the Bear Pack for $4.99. That gives you access to YouTube member plays. And then you have the Bear Pack Gold for $7.99 a month. That gives you access to our member plays on YouTube. And it gives you a 1-month membership to our website, bearsprofitplays.com. So if you get the Bear Pack Gold, you save yourself $2 a month, a little bit cheaper if you want to do that. But that is the tutorial for anybody that needed it. We had multiple questions today through email about how to do it, and it wasn't working. But if you want to know, there it is right there. Trey,